Hey everybody, welcome to another review. Now, first off, I want to let you guys know off the bat that this review I'm going to do is of a piece of software that is still in beta. It is adware antivirus. I guess that's what they call it now. This is the free version of, I think it's 10 point something or other. Now, this hasn't been officially released as a final product yet. So we're going to give it some leeway, but I wanted to see how it does, go over the user interface, and just kind of see how everything is. So first, let's start doing the usual memory check, and we'll see how it does. Now, the one thing I did want to let you guys know is that it does use some Sunbelt. Um, I guess it uses the Sunbelt signatures, and you can see that. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. So we have the two adware services, and right here, anti-malware, Sunbelt anti-malware. So we have 11 megs for that, and 7, so you're looking at around at max 20 megs. So it's not too heavy in the system. And this is basically what it looks like. It says free antivirus with anti-spyware. It's got a bunch of settings here. It says have the latest definitions. Quarantine is empty. Protections are set to default. You can see quarantine. You have some reports. It automatically does a bunch of scans, quick scans, which is really fast too. They're less than a minute. They're about less than 2 minutes, sorry. It's got some schedules, it's got an ignore list, definition updates. We can check for definitions. You can see we have the latest one. It checks every hour. Different performance settings. So you can see full scan. It depends on how much do you want it to, how fast do you basically want it to go. Is what this means basically. So if during full scan we crank this up to maximum, or let's say highest, it will basically use up the most system resources. And we'll do that now because I want the scan to go by faster. And we'll do that for the context scan too, because we'll have a folder of malware here to be scanning. Let's see, if we go to options here, you have some general options. They have auto hide, system tray, and what happens like when you close the button or minimize. This is a free license you can get, so there's no point of copying it and trying to use it in your own because you can easily get your own. You can see the software version 10.0.155. If I check, it says I have the current version. There's a game mode, live support that you can pay for. And I think that's really about it. Now these networking, firewall, email protection, external storage, and all that, those are for the paid, the pro version. The antivirus and the real-time protection is turned on. Gate mode is off from the factory. So that's that for that. Let's open up Internet Explorer here. And we'll start out first with some links. These are as fresh as I could get them. I haven't tried them yet, so we'll see what happens. Some of this stuff is adware. Okay, so that looks like the server on that one is dead. There's just different things in here. Trojans, adware, whatever. Okay, so that one's doing something in the background. I should probably, let's do it this way. Let's open up kill switch and we can look and see what we have running around in the background. I'll turn off the performance graphs here. Okay, so I don't see anything weird running around. Okay, so this caught application unsafe. Okay, that was probably the wrong button to hit. Let's try the other button. Alright, whatever that is. Some kind of weird application to take you to some service site, apparently, in another language. Okay, nothing popped up there. Now I don't know if adware is set up to silently block these or what. I'm not sure on that. It might be, because I'm not seeing any pop-ups, anything. Let's see. Okay, okay, yeah, so they're automatically put into quarantine. So let's go to quarantine. Yeah, well, quarantine is empty. Okay, that's interesting. So either those programs don't work, or it's automatically doing something and we're not seeing it. Some weird program, some ebook. Written as an exe. Interesting. Anything? I don't see anything weird about it. This one, when I got this link, I knew it was like very, very low detection, so it might have been a false positive. It's very old too. Oops. So far, I'm not having very good luck with the links. Okay, so yeah, that one did get thrown in quarantine. Nope. Looks like that one got caught too. Yep, you can see that that one got quarantined also. Alright, so didn't have much success with the links. That's alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily, yep, you can see it got caught. I'm going to temporarily disable the security. Okay, there we go. And that's going to give me a chance to unpack these. Before I do that, I want to see if adware disables Windows Defender. Yes, it does. Good. A lot of these companies don't do that, and it just makes the computer run a lot slower because it interferes with it. So I'm going to pack these, and we're going to do a context scan, and we'll see what it finds. So I'm going to pause the video and do the scan, and I'll be back with the results. Alright, so it finally finished scanning here. It took a while. It kind of stopped on some files, but it found some, and it shows different options like ignore, quarantine, and what it thinks it should do. It says some of these can be disinfected, but I am just actually going to quarantine all of them. I hope. Let's face it. Okay. Quarantine. There we go. So everything should go to quarantine now. So I'm going to hit clean. It's going to take a while to do this. We did start out with 2946, so you can see that it's chopping away at them. So we'll see how many are left over and see how long this takes. So I'll be back whenever this is done. Alright, so finally finished doing whatever it's doing here. And let's see how many threats we have left over. So we have 1,185. That's actually a fairly high amount. Let's do the quick math. 1185. So it only detected about 60% of the threats. Now we're going to turn on the security, real-time protection, and we're going to run some tests. I want to make sure that the real-time protection doesn't pick anything up. So let me pause here one sec. I ran through all these, so it's going to load all of these. It's scanning one by one, you can see. So let me be back in a second. Alright, so I'm back, and it didn't seem to detect anything else. So now, let's open up Kill Switch here. And we'll run, I don't know, 20? Okay. Let's go down a little bit. 3, 4. 5. This probably has some kind of adware attached to it. You can see it's labeled as application unwanted. Alright, let's continue. Yeah, you can see that one's got adware attached to it. Boy, I think that was 5 or 6. I don't know. We'll say 6. Call this 7. 8. 9. Okay, the computer seems to be stuck. Oh, something's happening. Call this 10. 11. 12. This will be 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. I think this is 18. 19. We'll try one more. Try this one. 20. Alright, so we'll call all that 20. We'll finish up all these installers. Now I don't have .NET, so some of these won't work, but that's alright. So it looks like that ID Vault is a safe application, but it was attached to the CNET downloader, and some people, some antivirus companies, if I remember right, are basically saying that the CNET downloader is technically like adware. So some people identify it, some people don't. Something installed Visicom anti-phishing, which is basically Panda, which is very weird. Okay, so everything is all installed. I got a bunch of stuff here. Probably can't download this yet. So now we're going to run a full system scan. And it's probably going to take a while, but whatever. Let's crank it up to critical. See what that does for us, for the speed. And I'm just going to let it scan here, and then we'll go from there. So I will pause, and I'll be back whenever this is done. Alright, so it finally finished scanning here, and it found some cookies, keylogger. Doesn't say where it is though. That's interesting. Can I see the location? Right click doesn't do anything. Sitting over it doesn't do anything. That's just kind of annoying. And a partially unwanted program. So what we're going to do is we're going to quarantine all of them. Okay. And we're going to X out of it. And I want to see if I can finally delete this. I cannot. So I'm going to open up, let's see here. I'm going to open up kill switch. I'm going to kill whatever's running in the memory, delete this folder, delete also the zipped up folder, and then I'm going to do a complete scan with cleaning essentials. So basically there's no reason of you guys sitting around here and watching me do this. I'll take care of that and I'll be right back. Alright, so before I let Komodo continue scanning, I forgot to run auto run analyzer and see what it found. So I found a bunch of unknown things, like here's a URL search hook. So this is Internet Explorer. It's been taken over by some interesting things. Also, there's a lot of browser helper objects that I know are not supposed to be there. So you can see all these things. There's also a backdoor has been installed in, so it starts up when you start up the computer. Let's see what else, just a bunch of different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these. Alright, so that'll take care of the registry. Now it found a couple things, but that's alright. What I also did is I killed adware completely, so it wouldn't slow down the scanning. And well, we'll see what happens and we'll see what I find. So I'll be right back. Alright, so Komodo Cleaning Essentials finished scanning and found a couple of things in Babylon toolbar. Temporary internet file, I forgot to run CCleaner. That's alright. It did find one false positive on the engine from adware, but we will report that. And the rest we will definitely clean up. And now it's going to restart to double check, and then I'm going to go do a couple things, so I'll be back a little later to finish this review. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright everybody, I'm back. So let's check this out. I installed Malwarebytes and let it do a scan. It says it found 10 things here. So let's arrange these. So we have malware, that's in quarantine, so that's no big deal. We have a couple of configuration and DAT files from the malware, registry key, and some other leftover file. Another registry key. We have a Trojan backdoor server.exe. We have one file in quarantine, one value in registry, and another file in quarantine. So we'll remove all those. This guy's may restart. I guess I'll restart and I'll be back. Alright, so Hitman Pro finished scanning and it looks like I found a couple of pieces of malware. We got a toolbar in C drive, well in exe, sorry. That would be this one. Doesn't look like it found this one though. And if we go found a DLL, this guy, which more than likely just tells that toolbar exe to run. So I'm going to close that up and do a scan with Gmer here, and this will scan for rootkits. And as a added bonus, I'm gonna drag a squared emergency kit in here and give that a scan just to see if it picks up anything else. And I'll do a deep scan with it, so we'll see how long that takes. So I'll pause and I'll be back. Alright, so finished scanning and looks like it just found a trace here, so leftover file. Alright, so final verdict on adware beta or whatever you want to call it. It didn't do that great.